talk? I don't even know how to talk. How can you even ask me to talk? Why do you think I could talk? I can't talk. There's no words. I mean, I'm the most silent guy I've ever known. I mean, nobody's silenter than me. So how could you ask me to even talk about anything? What am I supposed to talk about? I actually can talk about nothing.
Are we going to do this after the song? I just wanted to get a level. There we go. The Jim and Terry Show. That was not supposed to be our introduction. I just asked Jim for a level, but it was so brilliant. I have a sibling that, excuse me, I got together with, and he said, I don't know how do you do your podcast? Like, you do one every day. No, we record on Thursdays. Yeah. We do several podcasts. Well, what do you do? How do you talk so much? You don't know my friend Jim. And I thought, well,
why I'm a part of the show, Terry.
Actually, you are a valuable part of it. So here's our mugs. Chin, chin.
Oh, now I got to reach over the mic.
Oh, no, don't reach for anything. You'll pull out a cable. We'll lose contact. The Jim and Terry Show, coming to you from the Hobbit Hole Studio in Bob Cajun. I'm one of your hosts, Terry.
And I'm the other guy, Jim.
And Jim is in the guest seat all the time in a corner. And I've asked him if he would like a comfortable chair, but Jim always says, no, fine.
Well, when we make it, Terry, which is just around the corner, that's what you told me 5 years ago.
Actually, we've been doing this 7 years now, my friend. 7.
Yeah.
7.
7 years. Well,
we used to record podcast numbers, but we were approaching over 1,000. So we just whatever we do. Because we're just two retired guys having fun.
Yes, and we actually think we're stars somewhere and that there are people listening. I come for the breakfast. I mean, I had beautiful eggs, and I had onions and peppers all sautéed, and some special bun that only the Wigmores could come together.
Pronounce it.
These are from Spain, Jim. They're Spain buns.
Stop swearing at me. Now, you also had, I prepare this stuff trying to do it at the last minute until you, knowing you're going to arrive at some point, but there's usually a 10 or 15 minute window. You may come, you may not come, it may be a little while, so I try to keep it warm. And I put a plate over top. But today, your plate had a message. Yeah.
Something about starting your day with energy with a breakfast. Anyways, it was a great thing. These messages on a plate was pretty good.
Breakfast makes for good conversation.
Yes, that's what it was. Yes, that's what it was.
Word to the wise, the Jim and Terry Show. So we've had breakfast, and we've had a mic test that showed that we were still able to talk lot.
I had watermelon.
You did? Yeah, it was refreshing.
It was actually, I couldn't believe I ate it all, but it was refreshing.
Yeah.
After kind of a greasier kind of breakfast, it cut right through.
There you go. See, there's method to the madness.
It's a watermelon world.
Now, I'm going to start with just music because you gave me some insight that I thought was worth. So I'm going to. Wigmore Alan Gibbons is working on a new album for 2025. We've got 6 tunes done. The latest one is called Mad. And Jim, I played it for him, and Jim's ears picked up what I thought was worth passing on to Keith, who does the parts that you noticed. You are a guitarist. You are a bass player. It makes sense to me that is what, out of the 18 tracks that are being played, you draw on the muted temp strings. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And you noticed that the bass was keeping that same kind of rhythm.
Yeah, the bass and the guitar I noticed. Yeah, but I liked it. It wasn't that I didn't like everything else, but it kept the thing flowing.
Yes, there's an energy.
Yeah, there's that, and I liked it, and I liked the idea that it's.
Excuse me.
That he used, which I've used a million times, and everybody has, is that basic bum bum bum. You know, we know those chords, we know those notes. And I liked it, and it was refreshing to have it up against your wonderful production, which was all synthesizers and special drums, but still behind it was this bum, 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 like that, and I liked it.
It's what I call weaving, Jim. It's like a tapestry, a beautiful Persian carpet that's woven with fabrics that are so fine and detailed.
Loved ones, a tapestry. Enhance your shroud.
Oh, the Shroud of Turin.
Pictures fond memories of a life lived
so my
goodness.
Well. Is this your latest?
Yeah, that's off a song that I'm putting together called The Great Beyond.
Are you going to pass any of the tracks to me?
I've been thinking about that, but I'm having a rough
You've been
time.
thinking for 7 years.
I know. I was almost thinking of going out and buying a nice amplifier too, because
No, you would find a big difference, I think.
because right now I can't get a sound I like, and
I'm sorry
thinking
for
if I
our
could-
listening audience, and Bobby, you probably, we're not sorry to you because you enjoy this kind of musical
Yeah,
conversation. But to our listening audience, Jim is talking, and my middle son, will be glad to hear about you going amplifier talk, because he swears by tube amps as well.
Yeah, they're just very bloody expensive.
Yes.
And with an old retired guy like me, right? But that's what you look at. You see, the sad thing is you could get, I forget what it's called, a something tone by Fender for about $1,200 or something. But it isn't tubed, but it mimics tube, and they say it's the best mimicking tube. But then next page over for $2,500, there's a tube one. And then if you go further, then you go on to this super master tone amplifier that I think it's master tone, the ZZ Top. They start at 36. Yeah. and they got two knobs, like, volume and tone. And that's it. There's nothing much to them at all. And yet they're worth a fortune in some real top bands. So a lot of it is an amplifier also with a few pedals that would enhance that sound. Right now, just going directly into the computer, I'm starting to not. You can't feel it as you can feel it with an amplifier. And I'd like to make some of my stuff more where you could get out and actually play it. So should I send tracks to you, keep that in mind. I don't want to go with a 50-piece orchestra. You see what I'm saying?
You mean you might have to drag your $3,600 amplifier into the Hobbit hole and play live?
Oh, that'd be different. You'd probably hate that experience. Actually, I like the sound of your final productions, like how much it comes together. So I really like that. So,
Well, whatever I know, whatever I have
expand
learned.
the studio.
Yeah, well, that's not likely. I mean, how can you expand block walls?
I mean, it's pretty bad when I got my coffee cup resting on your thigh.
The burning. It's my burning loins.
Yeah, well, Bobby will like the idea. We're talking about music.
Yeah, so to get back to mine before we go back to your discussion, I'm just mentioning Fringe is the new album. It's available on terrywigmore.com, and you go to Wigmore Allen Gibbons, and you scroll down to the bottom of the page. The most recent tunes are at the bottom, but if you want to go through our discography, there's,
hundreds.
Well, there's about 20 albums on that page.
Hundreds.
There's got to be at least, one album. We thought that was going to be the end of it all, so we did an unlimited. We put 30 tracks in one album.
Really?
And we thought, but then we've written album after album after album since then.
It's unbelievable.
So, yeah, there we go. Anyway, it's on Fringe. It's tunes that are quirky and out there, and you can see.
So how do you do that again? You go to
terrywigmore.com. And Wigmore Allen Gibbons is the tab that you push, and you scroll down to the bottom.
Sounds easy.
Album is called Fringe. The latest tune is Mad.
I've heard a couple of tunes off it, and they're good.
Oh, you haven't heard the one? I'll play it for you on break, and you can comment on it. But I was working in the lab late one night.
Ooh,
a version kind of thing to talk about anti-vax.
Anti-what?
Anti-vax.
Anti-vax. Oh, okay.
Holistic, natural remedies for all the world's problems, and RFK Jr. was floating through my mind as I penned that one.
What's the new book you got, Jerry? What's that new book?
Oh, yeah, The Death of Expertise. Isn't that funny? So here we have the guy who's going to single-handedly cause the deaths. We don't know. It's like Trump and his COVID delay. And then denying and then opening up the United States way before it was under control. How many deaths? I'll never forget the refrigerator cars at hospitals in New York State.
Which they've just kind of covered that up, haven't they?
It's the rewriting of history, my friend. It is dangerous.
Unbelievable.
Okay, I do want to talk more about your album and...
My album? No, your album. Yours is more together than mine.
Yeah, but we are songwriters. We're not album writers. So we write based on what we do at the moment, and we just build the theme as we go. No intention. We're not creating an album that we have to take on tour. So I don't really care if I can play this but once. As long as I hit record at that one time and I got that stroke of genius. I was listening to the Beach Boys, Brian Wilson documentary. Did you see that one?
No, I've seen a number of them though, yeah.
Okay, the latest one it's not a documentary per se, it's acting out, like they had somebody play
an actor playing him.
Yes, and they had two different actors for different stages of Brian Wilson's life because he battled mental health as well through all that stuff. It's amazing the genius that borders on mental health.
Yeah, and part of that mental health might have been caused or emphasized with drugs. He did get involved with that, and apparently he never was quite the same after. So it may open corridors that some people think would be nice, but for some people it may be nice, but it's troublesome. And if you look at him at the end, I mean, he's spaced out, I don't think on drugs, mental illness.
Mental illness, a theme worth exploring. Jim and Terry Show. Who knows what's in store for us? We're just getting started. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Though the sweat of my brow and the toil of my hands has got me so far into this promised land.